Don't you quit, never give in. Heart never quit, never give in.
Now, when it comes to this channel, it isn't about one topic or one thing, or one journey or one path. It's about everything. This is about life. Infinite means endless, and hustle is my life. So I want y'all to understand that my journey and my path is filled with so many different things. But one of those things that is composed of my life is addiction. I know everybody out there has addictions or habits, they may call them. An addiction is simply a habit. You just look at it different. But your habits or your addictions are some of the things that consume your life or ruin your life. Just depends on how you perceive it. When it comes to addictions, I can be one of the best at eliminating them. But I've also been, at one point in time in my life, one of the best at consuming them. I've learned the path and the ways to recreate your mentality and mindset and perspective on thinking to alter any addiction, because they're all essentially the same. Whether or not you have an addiction to food or an addiction to cigarettes or drugs, quitting is all the same. You just have to put forth the same mentality, perspective, and mindset to accomplish that goal. The first thing you must do is establish a plan. Thoroughly establish a plan. Write it out. Put it down in ink and write your name and sign a date. Make yourself accountable to yourself and your own actions. You have nobody to live up to or towards but your own self. So if you're trying to break an addiction because somebody else told you to, then you're probably not going to be able to do it. If you're breaking an addiction because you know in your heart that it's right and it's beneficial for your life, then most likely you might be able to accomplish it. The second thing I advise is simply, what can you put in place, or what can you exchange for the time that you spend utilizing that addiction? So say you smoke cigarettes, for instance. We'll go with cigarettes. If you smoke cigarettes, what would you do every single time that you would be smoking a cigarette or taking time out of your life to smoke a cigarette? How would you exchange smoking cigarettes for another thing? What would you give and take? What would you do differently if given the opportunity, or when you have the opportunity? People must establish new hobbies and new characteristics or traits that are specific to them exclusively. I think that every single person has the ability to demolish any addiction or habit they have, but they must first understand that they're the ones who created that addiction, and they're the ones who can destroy that addiction. Blaming others is not going to solve your problems. Just because somebody influenced you to do something at one point in time in your life, or you've seen somebody do something and now you do that, doesn't mean they're the reason that you do that. You made that decision to utilize that substance or utilize that addiction. It's your choice also to figure out how to eliminate it. The third and final thing I'd like to say about destroying or eliminating an addiction, and this is probably going to be a volume 1 because there's a lot to breaking habits and addictions, but the third thing I'd like to say is that you must have a support group. Whether or not it's people on social media or an invisible world or your real friends and real family, you must establish some type of support group, people that you can go to and talk to and express your feelings to and discuss the problems that you're facing. Maybe they can give you some type of input or output, and a beneficial person to have would be somebody who's already overcame that addiction or habit that you have. That would be a good support group. So if you're trying to break cigarettes, like I said, you can't go ask somebody who's currently smoking 2 packs a day how you're going to break your habit. You must go talk to somebody who's smoked 2 packs a day for 10 years of their life and now they don't smoke at all. How did they do it? How can you do it? Use that type of reference in regards to any habit or addiction. Find somebody who's done it or who can relate exactly like you, and just follow the things they have to say and just validate their input. Some things that they say may not work for you, but even if one thing they said out of 10 works for you, then that's beneficial. Just block out the other 9 that don't work for you. I'd like you to try the other 9, but don't make those entire 10, your path, because it's not your path. It was somebody else's path. They gave you advice on the path that they took and the things that work for them, but that may not work for you. Like I said, only certain aspects may work for you. So figure out what works and what don't, and take the good with the bad, and then leave the things that you don't need. So that's the third and final thing I got about addiction, is a good support group. I think everybody can find a good support group, but they first and foremost must discuss to these people, or to the people that they're trying to find, is that they have a problem, or that they're seeking help, or they're seeking a support group, that they're seeking, some type of advice or feedback or whatever it may be. If no one knows that you're obtaining a support group or attention for help when it comes to an addiction or habit, how are they going to know to come to you and help you and check on you when things are going hard, or things are not working out properly, or just to pop in and see if things are going great? They're not going to know whether or not to find you and wonder and validate how your process is going. You need to speak out and reach out. And that's all I got for this video. Have a blessed day. Kyle Kilberg on Infinite Hustle. Follow me on social media. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Follow me on my journey. And I hope to see you on the next video. Hope to see you on the next hustle. Hope to see you on the next movement. And hope that this video was beneficial and educational to somebody out there. Even if only one person took one thing I had to say for granted or to heart, this video was worth it. Thanks for viewing. Have a good day.